Pyeongchang, South Korea. Reuters. Workers in the South Korean resort town of Pyeongchang are making final preparations for the Winter Olympics, remaking roads, renovating buildings and preparing menus in English, Chinese, and Japanese, a burst of activity that masks a big problem. Athletics Olympic Flame handover ceremony for Pyeongchang 2018 Olympics, Panathenaic Stadium, Athens, Greece. October 31, 2017. Greek actress Katerina Lehou during the handover ceremony. Reuters. Costas, Baltas. With less than 100 days before the games begin, barely a third of the tickets have been sold. "It's a bummer," said 55-year-old motel owner Oh Young-whyan, who spent about $360,000 refurbishing his 15-room property close to the Olympics Plaza. Other hotel owners and local authorities say political tensions with North Korea and China have chilled foreign interest in the games, which open on February 9, just 80 kilometers, 50 miles, from the world's most heavily fortified border. Tourists are reluctant to commit to the event as North Korea's leader, Jong Un, and U.S. President Donald Trump trade insults and threats of mutual destruction after the North conducted its sixth and most powerful nuclear test in September. Ticket sales are weak, with 341,327 sold, or 32% of the total on offer, as of October 24, much weaker than during the run-up to the last Winter Games in Sochi, Russia. More than 70% of Sochi's tickets were sold before the opening ceremony. Pyeongchang Organizing Committee Secretary General Yeo Hyun-koo says there is still time to catch up. The Olympics torch relay, which began in Korea on Wednesday, will ignite domestic interest, he said. Local business are also putting on a brave face, hoping for a late surge in interest, especially from Chinese tourists after Beijing this week set aside a dispute with Seoul over an anti-missile system. "We still have 100 days, so I'm not that worried," said Oh, owner of the Daejeon Sanbang Motel, where Olympics banners were hung inside and out. No passengers, empty airport. Nearby, a bus terminal which undertook a $447,000 makeover in preparation for the Olympics was largely empty, with only one Chinese couple and a handful of locals seen waiting for buses. Buses bound for Seoul in the past used to have as many as 38 foreign passengers, half of them Chinese, but nowadays some buses have no passengers, said Kim Moo-jae, the owner of the terminal. Athletics Olympic Flame handover ceremony for Pyeongchang 2018 Olympics, Panathenaic Stadium, Athens, Greece. October 31, 2017. Greek actress Katerina Lehou during the handover ceremony. Reuters. Costas, Baltas. Before this week's diplomatic breakthrough, Chinese authorities had unofficially imposed a ban on tour groups visiting South Korea since March and stopped charter flights. The number of Chinese visitors, which accounted for nearly half of all foreign tourists into South Korea last year, slumped 61% from March to September from the same period last year, official data shows. Slideshow 3 images. Yanjiang International Airport, the only international airport near Pyeongchang, was quiet, with flight routes from Shanghai and 7 other Chinese cities, all cut since last November. Lots of losses. Min Byung-kwan, the chief executive of Phoenix Hotels and Resorts, is counting on a pickup. The ski resort spent tens of millions of dollars building 6 Olympics courses and renovating some 1,000 rooms to accommodate foreign officials during the Olympics. "We are making a lot of investments and booking a lot of losses through the Olympics," Min said. "It is regrettable that the Olympics boom is falling short of our expectations so far. But," he added, "I expect the boom to experience exponential growth for the remaining 100 days." Pyeongchang, carved out of pine-covered slopes in northeast Gangwon Province, is being festooned with banners reading "Passion Connected," a slogan reflecting the host's aim to dissolve tensions with a show of sporting goodwill. Organizers hope athletes from North Korea, still technically at war with the South, will take part and share the mountain with American and Chinese athletes. The North has yet to confirm if it will send a team. Handu Sam, who sells seafood at the popular Sochi fish market, said the improvement in ties between Beijing and Seoul was a good start. "We hope it will help more foreign tourists come here when they visit for the Olympics," Han said. Unlikely to meet target. South Korea planned to use the Olympics to introduce foreign tourism to Gangwon province. Provincial authorities set an ambitious goal of attracting 5 million visitors next year, up from an original expectation of around 3 million this year. But Gangwon Governor Choi Moon-soon said he doubted the 2018 target would be met. "So far we have seen declines in visits from China and Japan, which are directly affected by the North's nuclear issue," Choi told Reuters. Southeastern Asian group tourists are showing signs of canceling trips as well. Song Sung-sup, director of Good Morning Travel, which specializes in Chinese tourism, was also glum, despite Tuesday's surprise détente between South Korea and China. "Unless China lifts a ban on charter flights to any local airport in South Korea, I'm a bit skeptical whether signs of easing are clear at the moment," said Song, who saw sales drop by up to 20% due to the frozen ties with China. Just 2 years ago, the outlook looked bright. A Chinese company had committed to build a $431 million luxury resort, China Dream City, an hour's drive from Pyeongchang. Pitched at Chinese tourists, it was to provide accommodation during the games. But construction has still not begun. Governor Choi said he was also worried about delays to a $450 million project to build a Legoland in the city of Chungcheon, about 145 kilometers, 90 miles, from the game's venue. Legoland operator Merlin Entertainments said last month the resort's completion date was delayed by 3 years to 2020 to get final partner funding and for a lot of Korean twists and turns, without elaborating. Merlin CEO Nick Varney joked last month it might help ease tensions and brighten up prospects for the games if Legoland were to promise North Korea's leader an annual pass to the theme park. Hopefully that will cheer him up a little bit.